Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Lexie Hull is criminally underrated as a basketball player, almost single-handedly trying to win this series for the Indiana Fever, and they are wasting it. She does not get enough credit. I've said this before. She should have been talked about for Defensive Player of the Year. She should have been talked about for Most Improved Player of the Year, and she was not talked about for either. And she is doing her best to keep the Fever in this series. They wasted her again last night. And I just want to run this play because, just a great example of the little things that Lexie Hull does. We've got here, this looks like an easy bucket, but no, Lexie Hull says, you know what? No, 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 no. No, let's get that out of here. We're gonna slow it down a little. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna enjoy this because we look at this. Look where Lexie Hull is, right? She is actually behind her teammate on the other side. She recognizes that pass. She's quick to get there. This should be an easy layup. And she says, "No, you're not. You're not gonna do that. Not on my watch, folks. Not on my watch." Now, I want to talk a little bit about the last couple of games, especially. We got Lexie Hull. Check this out. It's amazing. First of all, 3 of 6 from three last night, 5 of 11 from three the game before. So 8 of 17 the last two games. Also 10 rebounds last night, by the way. Okay. So she had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 3 of 6 from three, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. I want to make sure I had that right. Yeah. So, oh, and she was only a -2 in that loss, which is the next thing I want to get to. And this is what's so important. Look, she's played 32, 29, 35 minutes in this series, -2, -17, plus 24, which was the best for the game. And if we look at some other numbers, like, say, Kelsey Mitchell, by the way, 3 of 11 from three, 1 of 6 from three. So that's 4 of 17 from three in the last two games, 12 of 40 overall in the last two games from Kelsey Mitchell. Absolutely wild, folks. Yes, I get she's had some great games. I'm just saying it's looking like after that 34-point performance, they have sort of figured out Kelsey Mitchell, and we have no adjustments, right? We have no adjustments from Stephanie White. It's the same thing. It's the double drag screen, drag screened. It's Kelsey Mitchell looping around. We've got the handoffs at the 3-point line and so forth. She was -14, -17, and +20. And then we also had Aliyah Boston. The reason I'm showing Kelsey, the reason I'm showing Aliyah is because they went 5 and 6 in MVP voting. Okay. These are the big guns that need to step up in the biggest moments. -8, -18, and +1. That game that Lexie Hull was +24, Aliyah Boston was +1. I'm just saying. 5 of 16 last game. 5 of 16. She's done some things well. Like I said, Asia Wilson, 6 of 22 in game one, 6 of 20 in game three. Okay. And a lot of that is Aliyah Boston just making her take tough shots that are at least contested. So I am absolutely giving her credit for that. But Aliyah Boston's got to step up offensively. Kelsey Mitchell's got to step up offensively. 30 points in game one. It's a 5-game series. What are we doing the rest of the games to close things out? You've lost the home court advantage now. You've got to win game four, and then go back to Las Vegas to win game five. And to these numbers, I want to make sure I have them added up right. Okay. Lexie is +5 overall, despite being down 2 games to 1. Lexie is +5 overall in these 3 games. And by the way, she plays a lot of minutes in these 3 games. Kelsey Mitchell played a lot of minutes. Aliyah Boston played a lot of minutes. So I can't talk about a huge amount of favoritism in one way or the other in terms of plus minus, because I've stated before at times that plus minus isn't the be all end all. There are definitely factors involved. Like, say, if you're the starter that plays the most minutes, then you're probably the starter that's most likely going to play with the second team a lot. It gets complicated. There are other factors, but when you've got 3 starters all playing a lot of minutes, you can at least compare them to each other on the same team. Mitchell is -11. And again, 12 of 40 the past 2 games, folks. 12 of 40 from your shooting guard the past 2 games. While Lexie is 8 of 17 from three the past 2 games. Oh, and Aliyah Boston, despite Asia Wilson 6 of 22. Despite Asia Wilson 6 of 20, Aliyah Boston is minus 25 for the series. Minus 25 for the series. Minus 8, minus 18, and only a plus 1 in that blowout victory. Aliyah Boston needs to show up for game 4. Kelsey Mitchell needs to show up for game 4. And they have to hope that they continue to get this performance from Lexie Hull, who, again, I will say deserves to be, or deserved to be, I guess, because, it's kind of too late. It wasn't talked about all season. Defensive player of the year has already gone out. Most improved player has already gone out. Lexie Hull should have been in the running. She should have been talked about a lot for both of those awards. When you look at what she's done this season, you look at everything she's done for this Fever team, that despite the injuries, she continues to go out there, despite the black eyes, despite the bloody lip, despite the back issues. Don't forget the last 2 games. Lexie Hull has been questionable with back injuries. Anybody who's had back injuries and has played a sport like basketball or, really almost any sport. I mean, the back, boy, when you have a lower back injury, I believe it's a lower back injury, but any back injury, that is a serious, serious problem to in terms of your ability to move correctly, your ability to move quickly. But you know what? Great players play hurt. Period. End of discussion. Great players play hurt. Great players suck it up. Great players get out on the court. They find a way to be there when their team needs them most. And we are seeing that from Lexie Hull. She is growing into a leadership position, I think. You can't make a player be a leader. I think we've tried to do that with Kelsey Mitchell, and this is not a criticism of Kelsey Mitchell. She's just not that type. She's not the leader type. It's just not her personality. And a lot of people aren't, obviously, or everyone would be leaders, and that doesn't make any sense. But Lexie Hull, I think, is growing into that. I think she's demonstrative. I think she's one of the players that plays the hardest out there. She seemed last night like she was, you know, I put Michaela Timpson in that as well, but she didn't play very much. She did have a great bucket. She played well in limited minutes. But so Michaela Timpson, I think her energy in those few minutes was really good. But Lexie Hull seemed like the only Indiana Fever who was putting in the effort last night that we needed to see. So we'll see what happens in game 4, man. Fingers crossed. Hopefully Lexie Hull can continue to produce. She's been fantastic. Again, 8 of 17 from 3 the last 2 games, double last game, 16 points, 10 rebounds from your basically your small forward third guard type of a player. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out the video. As always, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Go have the day you deserve, and I will talk to you later.